Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Michael Voris. Free speech, not free for all. The U.S. ambassador to Malta has resigned after being criticized in a report for writing and speaking too much about his Catholic faith. Douglas Kamek, a key whitewasher of Obama's agenda in Catholic circles, described criticism of his religious views as especially odd, since Obama had agreed with him that, quote, too much of politics had been used to divide us, sometimes by excluding people of faith, end quote. The ambassador has been targeted by conservative Catholics for his support of Obama and was even refused communion for supporting him during his presidential campaign. When Kamek tells the Associated Press that no one pressured him to resign, he has been criticized in the past for his pro-life opinions, particularly regarding abortion. Youths deface blasphemy. Protesters in France have hacked a profane 1987 photograph to pieces with screwdrivers and hammers after their petition to remove it from the public exhibition was ignored. The picture, a crucifix immersed in a cup of the photographer's urine, was part of an art exhibit called I Believe in Miracles, sparking a demonstration by over 500 Christians. The following day, a group of youths wearing sunglasses entered the building with tools in hand, held security at bay, and defaced the blasphemous photo. The culture minister called the actions taken by the demolishers an attack on the freedom of creation, while the gallery director says he will leave the damaged image on display so the public can appreciate what he claims is the barbarity of Christian extremists. Border restrictions impede pilgrims. Tensions between the Palestinian territories and the State of Israel have taken their toll as the annual number of Christian pilgrims for Holy Week has declined. Asia News reports the presence of 10,000 Palm Sunday worshipers, down about 20,000 visitors from last year. The Vice Chancellor of the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem says fewer permits were issued and checkpoint security has been tightened. The Christian Information Center in Jerusalem also says attendance is down because the situation in the Holy Land and throughout the Middle East has become much more tense. Stay with us, back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media.
Falsely accused, set free. A Pakistani man recently arrested for violating the country's blasphemy laws has been set free. According to Asia News, 40-year-old Arif Masih was set free this weekend, immediately whisked away by the Christian Foundation to an undisclosed location where his family is in hiding. Masih was falsely accused of blaspheming the Quran shortly after winning a land dispute with his neighbor. With rising tensions and increasing attacks on Christians during Holy Week, it's feared that he might still be a target. The Masih Foundation, an advocacy group that cares for the homeless and helpless, facilitated his release by acquiring 50 affidavits from Muslim witnesses attesting to his honesty and his good citizenship. And lastly, Vegas abortion shutdown. LifeNews.com reports that a Las Vegas abortion practitioner has been evicted from one of his 2 death mills following recent closure of other clinics in California, Texas, and Ohio. The president of Operation Rescue says of the 2,200 abortion clinics open since the early 90s, 679 of them have closed down, with more closing down every month. Another report points out the number of Planned Parenthood clinics declined last year for the 5th straight year in a row. There are now less than 6 operational abortion clinics across the state of Nevada. I'm Michael Voris. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. Be sure and check out the Vortex today, where we will discuss kneeling and standing for Holy Communion. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.